Welcome to the Manicured Mom's first made-for-TikTok movie. If you want to hear a story about a widow whose husband unalived himself and a bitter baby mama that won't give him peace, I got the scoop for you. Let me introduce the characters.
Hi, my name's Blue, like the color of the sky, and I am grounded to grow.
I'm Widow Snow, white as snow.
So I had a kid, but it didn't work out with that dad. And so I met another man. And so I had another kid with him. And then I had a second kid with him. And well, our relationship was really toxic. Once, I even actually pushed him down the stairs. And, it was back and forth. And we were both abusive, honestly. And, well, I kicked him out. I thought he was doing drugs, but I don't have 100% proof. He never went to rehab, and he didn't have drug charges. But I told the world he did.
And then I met that guy. Yeah, I did. I met him. And he was sweet and kind. Had a little bit of some mental health struggles, like dealing with some things. I was really trying to help him. We fell hopelessly in love. We got married. He had lost custody of his kids. His ex was alienating him. She accused him of abuse, even though she was just as abusive as him during the relationship. And so he had to take a battering class, which we paid for and signed up for, and he started attending. Court's expensive. We didn't have the money to keep paying all these fees. But we were trying our hardest so that he could see his kids, but she denied him visitation every step of the way.
Oh God, the new supply. That poor girl. I mean, she's online talking about father's rights, thinking that she's doing the right thing. He's gonna do to her just what he did to me. But I'm gonna make sure that I message all of her friends. I get on TikTok, I start an account, and I tell the world about how abusive he was. I need to protect her. I'm going to protect her. I'm gonna let the world know who he is. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about all those Facebook and Instagram posts about our happy family and the 6 years that he spent raising my son from another dad, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, girl, I don't know what to do. My account's been private for the past month and a half, 2 months. I can't really talk about father's rights. Every time I unprivate my account, her and all of her friends came rushing in, calling him a deadbeat, calling him an abuser, calling me a horrible person. Like, they won't give us peace. And he's really struggling. And I'm struggling and it's stressing me out. I'm just going to private my account again because they will not leave me alone. This went on for 2 years. Flying monkeys, my friend's account always being private, always going off the app for a little bit here and there, occasionally clapping back. And the posts kept coming. He's a deadbeat. He's a deadbeat. He's a deadbeat. Over and over and over again. She called him fat. She talked about his drug use. And you know what my friend said multiple times? He wasn't using drugs. He was struggling with his mental health. And that bitter baby mama, she was aware of it.
I posted a whole bunch of posts in the last month. One of them, I actually put a clown emoji over his picture. It was really good. Yeah, it's gonna piss her off. And the other one, I said, don't be a Timmy. Just don't be a Timmy.
I don't know what I'm going to do. He tried to take his life on Saturday. He's in the hospital on life support. And they said there's no hope. I have to decide whether or not to pull the plug.
Hey, hon, here's the phone. It's one of Timmy's friends.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. She pulled the plug. She enabled him, but whatever. It's not going to change my life. Yeah, the kids will be fine. They don't really care.
How do you heal? How do you grieve when you're being called an enabler? Everybody said, well, you should have been getting a mental health help. Do people know that that's not financially feasible for people that are barely keeping a roof over their heads? We couldn't afford a therapist. We were doing as the best that we could. Now they're saying it's my fault because I left him for a few hours and I came home and found him. They're calling me the enabler. They're sitting in their comment sections calling me a drug user. saying it's my fault.
She decimated his body by cutting his hair before she cremated him. What a psycho. I cannot believe she did that.
The night he took his life, we were planning to cut a mohawk, and I wanted to save his hair for a memory.
Yeah, I think she needs to stop the drinking and get off the drugs. She's looking more psycho by the day. Oh, did you see that post I made about him the other day? I bet it's really going to get under her skin. Yeah, I made sure the world know that he wasn't the good guy and this wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything. I mean, I had a restraining order against him. He wasn't even supposed to see the TikToks, even though I've been making them for 2 years. Like, it's not my fault that he saw me talking about him. It's not my fault that he saw me calling him a deadbeat over and over and over again. He was struggling with his mental health anyways. He should have been taking care of him and not hearing about my TikToks.
I can't take this anymore. They're never going to leave me alone.
If she's gonna keep responding back and her friends are gonna keep calling me out, I'm gonna keep painting him as the abuser. I'm gonna tell the world what a horrible father he was.
I finally got his obituary published. God, it was so hard to write. I can't even think straight. I don't know how they expect somebody to do this on their own when there's nobody to help me. I mean, he didn't have a relationship with his mom. He tried to call her on Mother's Day and she never even called him back. We haven't talked to her in quite a while.
Oh my God. Look at this shitty obituary that she wrote about him. It's like 2 paragraphs long and there's like a typo in it. Like, is she stupid? And so anyways, I worked with his mom and I practically rewrote this obituary. It is wonderful. I mean, it's like a book. And it tells all about his life. It tells all about how we met on Spring Street and fell in love and how he stepped up to be the father of my son that wasn't his, and what a great family time we had. It told about our vacations. It's amazing. It's such a great tribute to him. Look at these beautiful pictures of me and my family. I mean, yeah, it was amazing.
She rewrote the will. She made it all about her and her children and their love story. And a few other random things in his life, and then a little snippet at the end that Timmy was survived by his widow. That was it. That was all she did. And then she had the audacity to publicly complain about the fact that the widow won't give her part of the ashes for her children. I'm so afraid that the children will never have the ashes. What if she just throws them out? And why would I give him to his mom? She hasn't been in his life for years. He was my husband and I loved him. I spoke to the widow about the ashes. It's not that the children are never going to get them. She has intentions of having some of his ashes made into keepsakes for them, that when they're a little older, she'll make sure they get them. And Blue, she's bitching and complaining, saying, my children will never know that woman. They won't know to go look for them. No, they won't, because you are going to control that situation to make sure they never find out. But the widow, she'll make sure one day when the children are old enough that they'll get them. Now for a little editor's note on this Manicured Mom TikTok movie. We'll never really know what happened between Blue and Timmy, because unfortunately, you don't know the full truth until you get both sides of the story, and Timmy's no longer with us. But what we do know is Blue is continuing to stalk and harass a grieving widow after she already harassed a man into his mental health decline, which ultimately contributed to him taking his life. And she still won't give him peace. Her social media clout and attention is more important than their lives and their peace.